This rooster has been like cockadoodling for like 5 minutes now. So there it goes again. Anyways, hi, hello. My name is Christina, also known as Serbian Raw Vegan, and here I am on camera again. Today, well, it's only 9 a.m. or something, and I have been eating grapes. I washed these yesterday, last night, in vinegar and baking soda, and I put them in a big box so I can just grab and eat. So actually one of the things I wanted to talk about today is what does that saying, how does it go? Again, I always forget it, but like somehow I remember it in the end. It's fail to prepare to fail. You've probably heard it before, and I believe that's true. So that's why I always try to make sure I have ripe fruit in my house and fruit that's washed and ready to eat, because when I'm hungry and I'm usually very busy, I don't have time to cut the fruit or peel it or wash it and make it get it ready to eat. So that's why I always love to prepare everything in advance, including my salads. I actually forgot to share that, but on Sunday it took some time, like I think about an hour and a half or 2 hours to prepare everything, but I did wash my vegetables and cut them and grated them. I had some beetroot in it and cucumber, tomatoes, some spinach, and so I just cut everything up and put it in a big container like this and closed it. And then when it was time to eat dinner, my salad was ready. I just needed to make the dressing in my blender, and that's it. Eat the salad. Oh God, this rooster is so annoying. Anyway, so you always want to make sure you're prepared, and never, even when you go outside, like one thing I have learned so far, and I've been on this diet for like 2 years or so, a little over 2 years now, is that you always have to bring your fruit with you. If you're traveling, bring fruit, bring a salad, something, that depending again on where you go. So for me, if I know I'm gonna be outside all day, I have things to do, I have to take the bus or whatever. Yeah, I don't have a car and I don't drive, so I have to take the bus. I know that I'm probably gonna get hungry or I'll need something to eat, and I don't really want to I can go into a supermarket if I can find one, or a store, someplace where they sell fruits and vegetables. But sometimes I cannot find anything ripe, even if I find a store. I mean, a couple of times I went out and I didn't bring any fruit. And then I had to, of course, luckily I had a store, but it was the summer season, right? So if it's a watermelon, I need to bring my own knife and find a nice quiet place to cut it, and then eat it. So that can be a little messy. What else did we have? Strawberries. They were not, I don't know why, my country doesn't really have good strawberries. Is it the pesticides? So the only thing I could, on that day, right, the only thing I could find were bananas, and they were not ripe. And I was like, it's better to eat some fruit than to not eat any at all. But of course you want to eat bananas ripe if possible. So, I was just like stupid. I did not bring my own fruit. So don't make the same mistake I did. Bring your own food. Even when you're going to visit family, you're going to a party, you're going somewhere, bring your own bowl of fruit, bring your own container, bring something that you can eat, because even when they tell you don't worry, there is fruit here, there are stores here, sometimes these stores will not have any ripe fruits for you, or you basically will not be able to find something nice to eat. So just make sure you always have food with you. In the past, I would bring dates. Like if I did not have any other options, I would take dates with me. And it's still, of course, I know I said I don't really do as many dates as I used to. But if I really had to, I would bring some dates. Just, it's easy to have as a snack. I wouldn't really eat them as a meal, but like if I really felt hungry, I would just eat them, just a few for like a snack, and they can be very filling for me. So that's another thing. What else? Like another thing is don't feel intimidated. Recently I've experienced a little bit of intimidation around people because most people around me, especially my family, they don't understand this lifestyle and they don't get it. They're smokers, they drink alcohol, and they don't understand the importance of staying healthy. And it's like they don't care being in pain. I don't want to experience that. My mom passed away from cancer like 3 years ago, and she was in so much pain that I would never, like, I can just imagine how much pain she was going through because it had spread all through her body. So I never want to experience that. I never want to allow myself to have to be taken care of. I never want to allow myself to not be able to go to the toilet by myself, to not be able to brush my hair, to brush my teeth, to prepare my own food, to clean my house, to go grocery shopping. Like when we're babies, okay, we are still small and we have to be taken care of. But as adults, I think at least at this point in time, the 2025, we can learn. There are so many resources out there. There are so many books written, so many people talking about health and about raw vegan foods and healthy foods and what's not good. And so we can have resources, and if we allow ourselves to fall back, and because life can be stressful, and having a job and having to work for others and make money for others can be really stressful. So we don't want to, at least I don't want to allow myself to feel miserable. If I need to have energy, if I need to do my job, even if I'm not very satisfied with a job, right? I don't want to eat foods that will not give me that extra energy, because if I eat the wrong foods, again, this is my point of view and this is only my opinion and my experience, but if I eat the wrong foods, I will feel miserable. If I'm miserable, I will feel sick, and the sicker I get, the weaker I will be, and then what? Like, what's the point of being here on this planet if I'm going to allow myself to be miserable and sick for the rest of my life? And luckily, it's still our choice in a way, right? I know people are not, nowadays we all struggle and we don't have a lot of money, but we can make choices. So instead of buying coffee, we can have apple juice, or buy apples and eat apples instead. Or we can get some bananas and ripen them and, eat that. We can get a cucumber. I think, when people tell me, or when I hear people saying, oh, eating fruits and vegetables is expensive, or like being raw vegan. Okay, you don't have to be raw vegan, but just try your best. I was not raw vegan before, and I was just vegan, and I did my best. And I feel like for me, I had to get, like, everything that has happened so far happened because I had to get here now. Like, I couldn't just go raw vegan back then. I had to learn more. So, I had to learn how to do this. So my point is, do your best. It's your choice. What you put in your mouth, what kind of food you eat, it's your choice. Nobody's forcing you to, drink milk or to eat shit foods. Nobody's forcing you to do. You're doing that by yourself, right? So make wiser choices whenever you can. Life is tough. Being on this planet is tough. I get that. I'm not perfect. But I am doing my best, because I never ever want to allow myself to get to the point where my mother did, because it was so painful watching your loved one slowly, wilting away like a flower, wilting away and dying, and you're not able to do anything. And of course, before she got to that final stage, I did try telling her, she loved eating. She loved eating. In my country, we have these frozen pies, like potato pies or spinach pies or cheese pies. They're frozen, and you can buy them and bake them at home. And that was like a fast food for her, right? So she would eat that for breakfast. And I kept saying, try eating grapes. And I was already learning about health at that point and trying to introduce more raw foods as well. But she would not listen. I was really happy when she did 1 day juice fast with me. But like almost 1 day, because in the evening she was like, I'm too hungry, I can't. And she ate something, and that was the last time she tried the juice fast. But she would not listen otherwise. She kept saying that food has nothing to do with it. Look at how other people are eating all these foods, and they don't have cancer, they're not sick. And I kept saying, like, we're all individuals, we're not the same. We grow up in different environments with different parents and different lifestyles and education and everything, and you cannot compare yourself to them. There is no way you can, but yeah, I guess she was. So don't ever allow yourself. This is also a message for me, I guess. I never ever want to forget how I felt because she was so sick. Like I also, it's a very stressful situation because I was her caregiver for her final weeks. And during that stage, I did not sleep well. I did not eat. I lost a lot of weight as well. And after she passed, I was like, that's it. Now I'm by myself. Like, I don't have to take care of anyone else except myself. And that's why I went raw. That was, one of the reasons why I did it. Plus, if she was able to develop that thing, right, the C word, I'm probably going to get it too, because it came from her, and I'm going to get it if I don't change my lifestyle, and I don't change my diet. It will be inevitable. So, my grandpa had diabetes in his late years. Grandmother got lung cancer. My uncle had a throat cancer on his vocal cords. My aunt had a stroke. I see people around me getting sick all the time. And of course, when I try telling them about what I know, they look at me as if I'm an alien, right? And they're like, what are you talking about? So yeah, definitely it's, you have to show people. That's why, I now try to, even if it's hard sometimes when I see people destroy themselves with foods and drinks they intake, I try to lead by example. Like I try to, I see people destroying themselves and I'm like, keep your mouth shut. So I want to be the example here, because that's all I can do right now, and hopefully, by me being an example for them, they will change their ways. They will try eating healthier foods. They will, remove all the stuff they eat at this point, so, yeah, be the change. Yeah, what's that? Be the change you wish to see. So, all right, I guess this rant is over for today. I did not really prepare a script. I don't really want to do that. I don't want to do that. So at least for now, because if I do, like, I would have to think of a script and like what to say. And maybe in the future, if I do talk, when I do talk about other things, I'll probably like make a little notes or something, just so that I don't forget what I want to say. But right now, this is what it is. This is me. So thank you so much for joining. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you feel inspired to, if not go raw vegan, just try eating more fruits and more vegetables and, nuts and seeds. Don't go overboard on nuts and seeds though, because you'll feel it. Oh, one more thing I wanted to share. Like I think last time I told you I was trying to replace nuts and seeds with peas in my dressings. And this morning, like yesterday was day 2 of doing that, using peas instead of seeds and nuts. And this morning when I did my workout, I can't describe, like I don't know if this was because of the peas already or something else, but I just felt more energetic, a little more, not too much yet, a little more energetic, and I did not feel any knee pain. Like before, like last week when I was still doing the seeds in my dressings, I did feel like a slight pain when I did like some high knees or jogging in place, but this time nothing. So makes you think. Okay, we'll see more about that. So thanks again for joining, and I hope you have a nice rest of your day. Peace.